Hello everybody and welcome back again to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. So, when I started up the game today, I was greeted by an achievement and a message that Leliana and the other guys had returned from their mission, so I can go and get the report, and I'm going to do that right away, but first, since I'm here, I guess I will talk a bit to Josephine. I got some new orders in the last episode. I have to travel to the hinterlands and speak with Mother Giselle, but I think I'm not going to do that today, but maybe in the next episode. And today I will talk a little bit more to my companions. And yeah, since we're here, why not start with Josephine? So let's go.
Greetings.
Let's investigate. So, yeah, how did you meet Leliana?
How do you and Leliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royaux. Leliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
Yeah, the game.
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
So, yeah, tell me about yourself. That's a lot of questions that I can ask. Interesting. So, what does your family do?
What business are the Montiliers in exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the waking sea.
Once?
But not anymore.
No. These days our vessels are a touch more modest.
Alright. Oh, this is a special symbol. So, yeah, Montelier sounds familiar.
I'd swear our families have met before.
Oh.
Perhaps. Everyone of distinction in the Three Marches attends Lady Trevelyan's summer balls.
Great Aunt Lucille always did love a party.
I don't recall seeing you at any of them.
Yeah, this is an interesting question. So, I think it is time to spend some thoughts on Freya's character. So far, what do we know about her? We know that she is of noble birth, that she is from the Three Marches, and that, well, she's a warrior, and I decided that I made her around 30. So, in Origins, we had another female human noble warrior, but the difference was that she was a lot younger and that she's from Ferelden. And, the impression that I get about Ferelden is that Ferelden is much more of a warrior culture than the Three Marches are. So, in Ferelden you have Buns and Arls running around in armor, and even the king is wearing armor all the time. And I get the impression that the Fereldans, they're like a king who leads from the front and who rides into battle with his men. Even when Alistair came to visit Kirkwall on a diplomatic visit, he was wearing full armor. So, I think the nobility in Ferelden is, they want to see themselves as warriors among warriors. So, for Skadi Crusade, it was not that unusual to become a warrior herself. I actually remember that her parents were supportive of her career choices. But, I get a very different impression from Kirkwall, and I assume that it will be similar in Ostwick, where she is from. They give me much more of a mercantile impression, so I guess that maybe in her family the daughter becoming a warrior was not exactly well liked. I guess the only acceptable warrior connected career for her would have been to become a Templar. And since she's 30 now and obviously did not become a Templar, something else must have happened. So, I'm guessing that she's not on the best of terms with her family. That would actually be different from my previous two characters who were very close to their family. And that she maybe at some point broke with them. So I guess she was indeed enjoying her freedom instead.
Attend one ball, and you'll fend off invites for a dozen more.
That reminds me. The Herald of Andraste has received several invitations from the curious.
To parties? How many am I getting?
Only 17 this month, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I don't think she liked the parties of the nobility. So tell me about your work.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais. I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montilier, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
So are you doing this for Antiva?
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition. We cannot fall back on borders. Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Well, I didn't mean to question your integrity. So, will we have other courses?
Do you think the Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
Alright. So, yeah, do you believe I'm holy?
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by Andraste at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I should much like to believe so, Your Worship. The miracles Andraste performed were so long ago, they're difficult to picture. If it were truly her and the Fate who saved you... Well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
Alright, goodbye.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
But actually, I think I had more stuff to ask her.
Greetings.
Yeah, what are your duties? By the way, I remember that a while ago, before I started this recording, somebody told me that there's some sort of mod that kind of changes the camera angle. Well, thank you for that message. That kind of changes the camera angle on those conversations and zooms them in a little bit more to make them more, you know, intimate or personal. I usually don't use mods on a first playthrough, but I mean that would be purely cosmetic. So I may try that out. I mean, I can, if I, you know, move the camera to a good spot, I can give it a more close-up feeling, but it's still very distant, the camera angle, so I may actually look into that. By the way, I got lots of useful advice. Some of it even before starting playing this game. People, you know, left comments on older videos or sent me messages with advice or sending me guidelines. And I really appreciate that a lot, because it shows me that you care about this Let's Play and that you want me to have, you know, a good experience with this game. And I'm reading all your advice, and I even wrote down some of the stuff that I need to remember. So yeah, just keep them coming. Although, as usual, it will always be a few episodes before I can actually use your advice, because, you know, I'm always a few episodes ahead recording. I may even pre-record more in this Let's Play, because, you know, I never know how much editing I have to do. So I rather want to play a bit more when I have the time, so that I have enough material to give you your daily episode. So yeah, what are your duties here?
What exactly does your job entail?
I meet with ambassadors from various factions and countries and cement alliances with them. We are a young cause. Diplomacy is essential to our credibility.
So you're a representative.
Then you speak for the Inquisition with these nobles.
I do. Someone must foster goodwill on our behalf, as well as prevent controversy as news of us spreads.
So are we that controversial?
How heavily are our actions scrutinized?
Make no mistake, every noble house, every throne is waiting to see what the Inquisition does next. Many are willing to pledge support, if offers are made in just the right fashion. I intend to see that they are.
So, and what brought you here?
Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Leliana recruited me. There's such unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
So you signed in for order.
So was it the prospect of stability that drew you here?
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt, and that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
I can only imagine the bloodshed if it escalates further.
I'm afraid history holds many examples of what will happen if it does.
Yeah, anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
And how are our guests?
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Sir Griffith of Denerim, a most distinguished knight of the realm. He's defeated darkspawn, slain demons, chased down abominations. Just don't ask him about it over dinner. He spares no detail.
I honestly think that Freya wouldn't mind that. However, don't kick me out of the
Greetings.
conversation. I knew there was something else I could ask.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
So, what about our allies?
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
Let's talk about our warriors. Oh, okay, I see. Can you share some gossip about Cassandra, maybe?
I was thinking of Cassandra.
Seeker Pentagast is a princess of the Kingdom of Nevarra, although that barely seems important to her. She was not interested when I asked if we might make use of her royal relations. Still, the Inquisition would not have formed without Cassandra. She's an extraordinarily driven woman.
Alright. What about Cullen?
Commander Cullen came to mind.
The commander is an intelligent, cautious man. I'm grateful he's in charge of our standing army. Still, he does sometimes resemble the man with a hammer to whom everything appears as a nail.
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean. What about our mages? Well, I only have one, Solus.
What's your impression of Solus?
I suppose I should be wary of an apostate, but our elven mage has conducted himself with the utmost propriety. And he has the most fascinating stories.
And our roguish friends? Varric?
I was thinking of Varric.
Oh, I could listen to his tales for hours. He actually let me read a chapter of his next book he's writing. My friends would be sick with envy if they knew. It's excellent, but a bit different from his past works. Only 3 beheadings so far.
Well, okay, thank you.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Okay, I think I'll leave Josephine be for now. Also, there is some stuff for me to read here. The Children of Andraste, yeah, again, this is something I will read off camera. But yeah, I noticed that I get a lot of XP from reading codex, like 50 XP. While when I look at my recording, some of the demons that I killed in the intro, they only gave me like 5 XP, so that is quite a difference. Anyway, let's talk to this girl again.
You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
So, you're a mage.
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
Alright. So, you didn't join the rebels, I take it.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Alright. Yeah, you're probably in a minority there.
Most circle mages I've met have a different opinion of the Templars.
They have not lived my life. I was born into a Dalish clan. I lived there until my magic manifested. The Dalish cannot risk having too many mages in one clan. And I was one more than they could bear. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that explains a lot.
No wonder you'd rather stay in the circle. You've had more than enough life outdoors.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold, a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
Alright, fair enough. That's actually an interesting piece of information. The Danish, they are sometimes portrayed very idealistically, so it's interesting to hear, you know, a different side of their society. So, you protected the Tranquil.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves, can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
Well, they're lucky to have you then.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
Alright, so you research creatures.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Let's ask her again why she studies creatures.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
That is a very nice attitude. Alright, goodbye.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
Alright, Minev. I already noticed there is a lot more talking in this game than it has been in Dragon Age 2. This is a lot more reminiscent of Origins, where, you know, you could just go to your companions and ask them questions over questions, and you can even have long discussions with, you know, side characters. I like that. I really like that. So let's head out. Right, I wanted to check back on my missions and see what came out of them. Alright, they were all on the Ferelden side, so let's see. Harden Hightown 3, Varric Revenge. My dear Josephine, I've looked into the matter of your writer. That book, by the way, is truly dreadful and has been panned by every critic in Antiva. The publisher does not know the identity of the writer. They receive manuscripts by courier. I was able to track down the courier, however, who is receiving her packages from another courier out of Kirkwall. Best of luck, Katarina Valesti. Rewards received, Amulet of Power. Alright. The Turn of High Ever. Sister Leliana, thank you for your kind words. I understand the Inquisition cannot be delayed from the grave task ahead, but it was good to know that you were with us in spirit, honoring our beloved divine. Sincerely turned Fergus Gusant. Ferelden Captain Longsword. Nice. And address a nobleman's concerns. Commander Cullen, am I to understand you are in charge of the soldiers trampling on my lawns, providing food and refuge to the scrabble of filth burrowing into my land? A plague on you, sir, for spitting in the face of an honest petitioner, for taking advantage of my distress. Did my wretched neighbor Ben Truft whisper into your ear, tell me what he paid you, so that I may at least know the price of treachery, sir? My only consolation is that a fear of the rank and file have gone to join your affairs of an Inquisition. In bitterness, disgust, Lord killed it. Ah, this was priceless. This was exactly the right thing to do. And I got some influence from it. Alright, thank you, Cullen. Well done. Well done. So, yeah, I still have this one over here. Deal with relatives of the Trevelyan's. Letter from an Inquisition diplomat to Ambassador Montelier. Dear Lady Montelier, it is true, distant relations of the House Trevelyan are claiming close friendship with the Herald of Andraste. A boast is one matter, but the boundaries of tact and decency appear to be invisible to these mountebanks. During a ball in the South Quarter, I witnessed a cousin 5 times removed from Lady Trevelyan threaten to have the Inquisition fight his rival. He quickly left the party after I made my connection with the Inquisition clear, but the problem stands. We must deal with the Herald's relatives taking her name in vain. Lady Battleford. Alright, let's see, what do you suggest? This sort of thing is inevitable. Your relations may become much more circumspect if we promise them future favors. There are ways to indicate our displeasure without tipping our hand. I'm not saying we send assassins, but the rumor of assassins. Oh, wow. The Inquisition isn't a name to throw around lightly. We should openly denounce these people. So, if I understand Josephine correctly, she actually wants to promise them future favors. Again, I think Leliana is a bit over the top. I mean, even rumors of assassins, come on. I mean, what are we? The Antivan Crows or something like that? And I don't really want to give them the appearance that, you know, give them the idea that they actually succeeded. I mean, promising them favors actually makes it appear like they succeeded with what they were trying to do here. I think that is the best option. Just denounce them and be done with it. I think it's also what Freya would prefer. You know, just very straightforward and very blunt. Say them they should stop this, not try to appease them or, you know, I don't know, Leliana, you should keep your assassins for other stuff. So yeah, let's just denounce them.
To work?
Yep. Yeah, I can't do these, so I still have this mission. Up until now, Inquisition forces have had the benefit of the chantry's deep coffers. Now the Inquisition is forced to seek out its own sources of revenue if it is going to grow further. Trade in and out of Haven is limited and at this point, but there are various opportunities to earn coin, provided the Inquisition is willing to focus its efforts on the matter. Trading in favors with merchants and the nobility is my speciality. It could earn us a great deal if we are careful. It would be a simple matter to collect secrets and sell them with nothing traceable back to the Inquisition. We have soldiers, let them protect caravans and do other honest work for coin. Well, Josephine is a lot faster than the other two. And she says it's her speciality, so let us begin. Send her on this mission. And yeah, I think that's all there is for now. There is nothing on this side, right? No. Alright, so let's leave again. Influence. Huh. Alright. Varric approves. Acquired Amulet of Power. Yeah, I need at some point to clear up my inventory a bit. I have too much stuff in my inventory already. So what's down here? I don't think I have been here so far. Oh! Wow! That is very dangerous. Okay, let me pick up the stuff. Founding of the chantry. Alright. Another Pharrell and Captain Longsword. Chantry hierarchy. Oh! Requires a rogue. Ah, I see. It's locked. Ah, well. Can't do anything about that. Yeah, I gathered so much stuff already. And this is all locked. Ooh. I can actually light the fire. Alright, I guess there is nothing else in here. So let's have a look outside of the chantry maybe. Yeah, don't bump your head again.
Researcher Minave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
Oh. You're a tranquil, right? Probably one of the tranquils that Minave rescued.
I no longer talk.
Alright, yeah, let's... I no longer talk to dragons. Anyway, that's good for you. That's very, very commendable. Okay, let's have a look outside.
Let all repeat the chant of
Ooh.
light.
I like how, you know, when you get out the light difference, it's really like, you know, your eyes have to get used to the light outside of the
I did not
chantry.
see good Templars and evil mages in that circle, sister. I saw prisoners and jailers. The prisoners learned fear, and the jailers cruel.
But the Templars serve the chantry.
Until we asked them to be less harsh in their treatment of the mages, at which point they rebelled. I am not certain the chantry should ever have been backed by blades.
That's an interesting attitude.
We all did.
It's also interesting that the Templars just, you know, broke away from the chantry because supposedly they were not supposed to be able to do that because of the lyrium. But if you think about it, the whole lyrium thing does really only work on the individual Templar. Like, they can be forced into obedience by, you know, threatening to take away the lyrium. But the Order as a whole, I mean, if they just want to take the lyrium, who's going to stop them? The chantry? I mean, they don't have any sort of force to oppose the Templars because the Templars are their military force. And I'm pretty sure that the dwarves, they don't care who they sell their lyrium to, so the Order as a whole, they can get their lyrium elsewhere without the chantry, but you know, the individual Templar,
Blessings upon you.
they are kind of forced to be obedient because of that. So yeah, there are some more people around now. For example, I
Herald
see
of
Leliana
Andraste.
somewhere. Maybe let's go and speak to Leliana. Where is she?
Walk in peace.
Oh, I see. Yeah, come on, let's talk to Leliana.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Game?
How is this a game? Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
Yeah, it's pretty much all of these things, to be honest. Yeah, sometimes bad things just happen.
Awful things happen every day. Get used to it.
Get used to being a pawn? To be discarded when the Maker's done with you? The chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
It's interesting, though. I mean, there are no real symbols attached to your dialogue options. But it still feels very much like, the top options is, the more diplomatic ones, and the bottom ones are more aggressive and rude. So, it is at least similar to Dragon Age 2. But yeah, there is somebody responsible for that, and maybe you should blame them.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Yeah, I think somebody told me that the Divine is actually the Chantry mother that we met in Leliana's song, that helped her flee from the dungeon of, I forgot his name, that Ferelden Lord. So, yeah, maybe I can help you.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then.
Alright.
We will speak later.
Yeah, apparently the death of the Divine hit her pretty hard, which I guess is understandable. Oh.
Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me the reports.
So yeah, I guess I can talk to her a little bit more. I think I will do that since I'm already here. But this episode is long enough already, so I'm going to end it here. And in the next episode, I guess I will continue speaking a little bit more to my companions. I didn't realize they had so much to say. This is very unusual after coming from Dragon Age 2, where, your discussions with your companions were usually over in like 5 minutes. So yeah, I will talk a little bit more to Leliana in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and see you again next time.